Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Okay, your listeners know a lot about you, are your viewers. Our listeners, some may know a little bit about you. I know a lot about you. I watched your documentary on YouTube. Yeah, and I watched that months ago. But
we dug in.
That one was a long time. Well, a year ago about, yeah.
But I watched that about like 6 months ago. So, but I want you just to tell us just a little bit about yourself. So you can start it off and then we'll get into some good questions.
Okay. I'm Amy Cotney. Let's see, I'm trying to think of, I've lived in Auburn. Let's say this, I've owned property in Auburn since 2004, and I've lived in Auburn since 2010 full-time. I sell real estate. I'm a realtor, full-time realtor.
So what brought you to Auburn?
Husband number one.
I know what husband number we're on. Yeah. You can tell everyone what husband number we're on.
Well, we're on number 3.
Uh-huh.
But husband number 1 needed to move here. We were already divorced at that time, and he needed to move here for his job. And he says, "Hey, you want to move?" And I'm like, "Yeah, there's a Target there." Target's very important.
It is. Agreed.
We've heard a lot about the new Target going in downtown.
Yes. It is the talk of the town. For real.
Yeah, we've heard. There's no less than 5 people have mentioned it so far.
That's a big deal.
Uh-huh.
You know,
3 stories.
Yes. And when I got here, and then I was like, when my last kid graduates from high school, this was in 2017, I am moving here. I am moving to Napa because I'm a big wine snob, wine person. Love that. And so that never happened because I fell in love with Auburn.
Tell us why. That's what I want to know.
It's warm. It's genuine. I can go anywhere. I can go sit at the Hamilton's bar and talk to anybody and everybody all over the country, actually, because this is a college town. A college town has a heartbeat. And I grew up in a college town, Tallahassee, but it's not like Auburn. Tallahassee's a lot bigger than Auburn. Auburn is got this vibe about it. It's got a young vibe, and it's just the people that come here, the people that graduated here love Auburn so much they come back, and it's amazing. I mean, if you go through an airport with an Auburn shirt on, you are going to get War Eagles everywhere. War Eagle, War Eagle, War Eagle. I mean, it's the craziest.
And we're talking outside of Atlanta. We're talking about.
Yes. If you're on the slopes in Colorado, we'd always go out there and go, how many War Eagles can you get today? It's almost like, I wish our country had as much love everybody had as much love for our country as they do for Auburn.
The people that are coming to Auburn, where are they coming from?
They're coming a little bit all over. I see a lot of Atlanta people coming, a lot of retirees coming back. Maybe they lived in Atlanta, maybe they lived in Nashville. The towns are too big. They want to come back to where it's smaller. There's not as much traffic. And if you're a sports enthusiastic person at all, my husband is a lot, then this town is great as well.
So what do you do when it's not football time?
Then you go to basketball, and you go to gymnastics, and you go to baseball.
You were the second person that mentioned gymnastics.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Okay, but you're the second person. We've only been here for 24 hours, so gymnastics is a big deal here.
Well, we had Suni Lee, the Olympic medalist.
That is true.
But gymnastics is huge here. It packs out the whole entire little arena.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's always something to do here.
Yep.
Okay, so since you've been selling real estate, what are you seeing? What has changed in real estate for Auburn?
Okay, so the past year, I'm gonna say the past year, everybody wants a condo downtown. Like that's been a huge like a turn, and because everybody wants to be. So Auburn is, I don't know if y'all have noticed this, and it's like very so Atlanta, but Atlanta has a perimeter and a circle, and then so does Auburn. We have a circle, and so if you're inside the loop, that's what we call it. It's like where you can
happening.
Yes, like I'm inside the loop right here.
Okay.
So I could bike to town if I wanted to and all that kind of stuff. But so if you're inside the loop, but if you're down where you can walk, that's the key right now. Everybody wants to be where you can walk to the games, you can walk to the restaurants, you can do all of that. So for an example, last week a condo went on the market at 8 a.m. Is this something that y'all want to hear about?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we're here.
Am I boring you with my real estate?
Exactly what we're doing.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a 2-2, and it overlooks the school of business, and it's a 2-2, and it's about, I want to say
2 bedrooms, 2 baths.
Yes. Sorry for the slang.
I do it too.
Yeah, and it's not, I want to think 2008. It was about 900 square feet tops.
That is tiny. Okay, tell me how much this went for.
$599, and we went in full cash. Nothing. We didn't ask for nothing. We didn't get it. And we only had until noon. So it went on at 8 o'clock. We only had
5 hours.
5 hours, yes.
Wow.
And who was the buyer, but where was the buyer from? Is this a local
My
Alabama
buyer?
person? Yeah. Is this
My buyer's from Fairhope. It's investors. It's cash investors and wanting to buy, and they might come.
That's
use
so
it for
sad. I
example.
hate hearing that because that means the average person is not going to be able to
Well, they're going to
afford
turn
it.
around and
no.
rent it to a college student.
100%, or Airbnb it.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
or that. But no, the average person, no. I'm not on anything like that.
Yeah.
And so then today, one pops up.
And that was
last week.
Last week.
Today, one popped up, and it was a 2-2, close to campus, actually right on Glen. Not as close as this one for $375, and we put an offer in like within 3 hours. We're waiting to hear back on that one.
$375 is
cheap.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's what. But that previously that one would sit on the market for 180 to 200 days.
Wait, when you say previously, what year are you talking
Before
about?
COVID.
Okay,
COVID
so
changed everything.
He and I have had this argument.
We go back
Amy.
and forth.
We go back and forth because I have said through the course of several of our episodes that COVID changed so many small towns, made them busier. He's disagreed with me. He's pulled up
It
stupid
depends
Google
on the
facts.
town, to be clear. So Savannah, I can see it, and it was explained to us, and I totally got it. St. Pete's, though, I got to say, the numbers that I found online on the internet, which must be true, it was like 0.5% population growth every year over the past 3 or 4 years. And I'm like, that doesn't really say that there's been a swarm of remote workers who just descended upon St. Pete's and changed the whole complexion of the city.
But locals complained. Like I was talking to a few locals in a store, the owner, a few people that live in the area, and they all were like, influx of people from New Jersey, influx from New York, and they've ruined St. Pete.
It was anecdotal.
No, I don't think so.
It
Anyway,
not supported by the
Auburn.
data. Let's get back to Auburn.
Okay,
we
so-
cannot do that. We just met her.
I know, we cannot.
Yeah, she is totally fine.
Yeah,
Totally fine.
He was wrong. Okay, so go ahead. All right, so
And
Right.
so the Lake Martin is where I sell as well. That was absolutely insane.
Really?
And
Why?
then Auburn saying that nobody could go anywhere, so everybody started buying like lake houses.
Wow.
And we are still
but from
seeing
where?
all over. Mainly, so much Atlanta. So it's a 720.
Atlanta's ruining everything here.
It is. It's
Don't Atlanta, my
700
Auburn.
Well, we have a lot of alum up in that area.
That
as
makes
well.
sense.
So
Yeah.
they like.
It's only
a lot.
like 90 minutes from here. or
Yeah,
something,
it is.
2
It's, I
hours.
mean, the airport's so quick, and that's still happening.
Is it? It hasn't slowed down.
It hasn't slowed down at the lake now.
Wow.
We don't have any inventory. That's the problem. It was funny. Our luxury listings in Auburn, anything over $500,000. Oh,
Fancy.
ooh, fancy house. Now I was like, oh, fine. But I'm not OFA. So OFA, you guys,
What's OFA?
originally from
From
Auburn.
Auburn.
I know.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
right. So if we talk to someone originally from Auburn, we're gonna probably hear
You're gonna get the
different
hate on that.
stuff.
You're gonna get the hate.
for sure. I think we did today a little bit.
We are still under multiple offers here in Auburn, and it's still very hard to buy. That's what we're here to do, to sell a house, to get the most money for you, to get the best deal for the buyers. The days of putting it on the market and looking like doo-doo are gone. Gone! Ah!
I really want to talk about this. How much influence do you think you've had on real estate in Auburn? Because for anyone who knows you and follows you, you have 1.6 million followers on TikTok.
1.2.
Okay.
That's okay. I don't want to throw
Say
out.
1.6.
I like that. It sounds really good.
Okay.
You're headed that way.
You have 90,000, right? 92,000 on.
99,000.
Is it 99,000? Okay.
Yeah.
On
My
one
number's
account,
wrong.
and then 100,000 on another account.
Okay.
I have 2 different Instagram accounts, so I
And
get around a lot.
you
don't
do,
I?
and then
little
you-
floozy.
You're doing all right.
Yeah,
You're doing all right.
And you have 6,000 on YouTube.
Yeah.
So for our listeners, you're a big deal. Like for sure,
Absolutely.
a big
So
deal.
not a big deal.
Stop it. You really are, and you're super
Thank
informative.
you.
So, how much influence have you had? Like, just don't be humble. Like, let's just be real. How much influence? How many people have called to buy a piece of property because they found you on social media? They found your TikTok.
About 80% of my clients are from my social media,
That's
Wow.
amazing.
and then the rest are referrals. Like I don't do Zillow or any of that for Zillow leads. Social media is my.
Joanne and Chip put Waco on the map. Ben and Aaron put Laurel on the map. There has to be some degree of like, you've brought a spotlight to Auburn to millions of people. I mean, there has to be some truth to that.
I don't know. I mean, I do have a lot of people go, I want to move to Auburn, and you know, I live in so. You make it like I want to move to Auburn all the time because it is a happy little town. It is, and I love it. So when you love where you live, it's really easy to sell that.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how. So you won't ever see me out on social media going under contract or just sold.
Right.
I like to show the town, and if I'm like selling something that I love, then I don't even have to say I'm selling it. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? For us, with Kurt and I, our brand is like the more authentic we are, the better. If it's too, you know,
staged.
Yeah, I don't do anything staged. I'm one take Amy on everything.
Are you?
Oh yeah.
You're
That's
one
awesome.
take.
One take.
But what if you screw up?
It's okay.
You still post it?
100%.
Really?
Yeah. If I'm
Oh,
looking
that's
like
awesome.
old and wrinkled all the time, I'm like, oh well, let's post it. My mom will go, oh my god, I don't think you should post that. I'm like, because that's what
Is
people
your mom
want.
on TikTok?
No.
Where's she?
She follows me on Instagram like a
that
hawk.
is so cute.
Oh,
She's
yeah?
like, you are inappropriate. You should not say shit on TikTok, on Instagram. Like, don't be saying that. So life is messy and it's not supposed to be perfect. They want to see me running around the yard in my little wings.
Yeah, yes.
That's what they want to see. If I just brought the wings out every day, which I have them in my car all the time, in case I need them, I might need them. You never know.
You mentioned recently on one of your videos about millennials buying, and I have to talk to you about that because we've been reading a lot of articles about it is extremely difficult for millennials to buy. Just the market, it's very hard. But you said otherwise. So explain to me what's happening in Auburn.
So it is very hard. So millennials, average price usually is like $380 and under, $350 and under, depending on the interest rate.
What
Average.
can you get for $350 in Auburn?
A new construction. So instead of
in Auburn,
yeah,
but not in the loop.
Not in the loop, right?
Okay.
You're gonna have to go outside the loop.
Okay.
It's still a good place outside the loop, but
Yeah,
you know, you're just not
absolutely.
in the. You're gonna get new construction, and for a millennial, I think that's a beautiful thing. They get a new roof, new HVAC, a home with a warranty instead of a whole lot of problems because they don't have a whole lot of money.
How many bedrooms?
Usually, it's a 3-2 or 4-2.
That's a good size. What are we talking? 1700
Well, my
square feet?
son is a millennial, and he bought in October, and his house is about 1,800 square feet. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's.
And he was saying it right at that. I want to say it was like 320.
That's a very good price. How far outside of the city?
Not that far. It's in the second loop. There's another little loop. So
There's a second.
well, there is. There's kind of a second loop. Yeah.
There's.
I mean, we're not like Atlanta, you guys. We almost have to. I'm kidding. It's off of. It's not that far. Like it's not that far out. So
what do you mean, like 15, 20 minutes away?
No. 10 at the tops.
Oh,
10 from downtown. Yeah.
That's very close.
Yes, and we're also growing, so we have more young professional jobs. So we need more rentals for sure.
Is that going to happen? Do you think they're going to build more buildings, apartment buildings?
Oh, well, they are. Like on the north side of town, it's growing big time. So yes, there's a high-end apartment complex going up right now. They haven't started renting out yet, but they are going to be. I don't even know how much they're paying. Probably $1,800 or $2,000 for an apartment.
Wow.
And then I just know one of my favorite people just rented a 1-bedroom, 1-bath for $1,400. So yeah, that's about how much it is for rent. So that's why they're buying.
Let me ask you about retirees. How many do you see an influx of those? People
Yeah.
are choosing, I mean, we've been hearing people are choosing Alabama over Florida. Any truth to that?
I would think so. I mean, I'm a Floridian. So 5th generation. But I was just down there and I'm like, the dang traffic is horrible. Like I was in Jacksonville and I'm like, oh, get me out of here. But so we have a lot of people come in. We have Robert Trent Jones, which is National Village, which you guys should drive out there. It's absolutely beautiful. And that's considered Opelika, but you kind of can't tell the difference when you go into Opelika and Auburn kind of connect.
Okay.
That is a beautiful 55 plus area with the Robert Trent Jones golf, which is spectacular out there. And we have another 55 plus that's sold out. So we have 2 really nice 55 plus neighborhoods.
Okay.
And Robert Trent Jones is huge. But we also have people like wanting to live in an apartment in Auburn. I mean, there's a lot to do. We just have this brand new apartments that went up.
Retirees want
Yeah.
to live in an apartment.
Yeah.
Because they can walk everywhere.
Yes.
They don't need a car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
It's safe. It's
It is
clean.
safe.
I've walked it. You were asleep again, so.
I have never not felt safe. But yeah, it's just a very safe little town.
You mentioned something earlier about Forbes magazine.
We're like the fastest growing metro city, the top 20 in Forbes. Top 20 fastest growing. Yeah.
Wow.
No, so Opelika too, sister cities basically. Opelika is a railroad town. Auburn is a university town. So completely different vibes if you go, but they do kind of connect. I mean, sometimes you can't even tell which one's.
Yeah, I didn't know where one ended and the other one.
Yeah.
Because we drove through Opelika.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay.
There's
Yeah,
a little
we came in that way,
downtown.
but I couldn't tell when we were in the city of Auburn.
Yeah.
So is it going to start flowing over?
Well, no, because it doesn't have that. We have this like 36830 zip code that everybody wants because of the school systems and stuff.
Okay.
That's what keeps people over here. There's a totally different vibe. It's a lot more artsy fartsy over in Opelika. They have a lot of art studios and stuff over there.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's different. The real estate's a little bit less expensive over there. So I think everything that's coming in is amazing. The Laurel, amazing. We have rooftop bars now. I mean, we are like still extremely quaint, but you can go out and have a really good meal. Where before, when I moved here, it was just chicken wings, fried chicken and stuff. Now we're like, we can get a good glass of wine. And I mean, it's just completely changed. And this has all happened the past 3 years.
Nice.
Are you afraid, though, it could turn into another, I don't know, I'm going to use Fairhope just because we were there and the locals.
Some people did not seem happy.
We're not very happy about what has happened to Fairhope. It's beautiful, Range Rovers everywhere, Mercedes, beautiful high-end boutiques, but that was in Fairhope 7 years ago.
Oh no!
So are you worried about that at all?
I do get a little bit worried about that every now and then, but
Auburn's charming. You love the charm.
It is charming. The difference is we have the university, which keeps a little bit more granola-y. Does that make sense? Fairhope is what I call frou-frou, and you've got the water, the beach down there, kind of. So that draws a lot more money, frou-frou. I call it frou-frou.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that's my slang over here.
Yeah, we call it bougie.
We know what you're saying. Bougie's so old.
I know. We're dating ourselves by saying bougie. That was like 2017.
Yes, that's so 2017. But I think that I do get worried about it a little bit, but it's been I still think we need a little bit more. So I'm not
Okay.
I do. We didn't talk about the big thing in real estate in Auburn, which probably needs to be mentioned, is game day houses, where people buy houses just for 8 games a year and they stay empty. So you want to talk about bougie? There you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. 100.
We didn't get a taste of it, but we were in Tuscaloosa ahead of a big. It wasn't even a big game. It was Alabama was playing some small school that they were going to just destroy, and the Airbnb was like $800 a night for just for one night. It
was like a 1-bedroom Airbnb, $800 a night. I mean, it was like ridiculous. They go for thousands of dollars, like if there's multiple bedrooms. So I have to ask
this
you,
is one
that would go for thousands of dollars.
I probably shouldn't even tell you.
No, tell us. Go ahead.
Well, no.
You don't know. Okay.
No. On a big game, and especially if you're an Alabama fan.
You double it.
There are very few Airbnbs in this town because Auburn is really honed in. There used to be signs, "Don't hotel our neighborhoods," all over town.
Of course.
That's the OFA people come out. Now, I mean, this, like, for example, these 7 houses in here can be short term. The neighborhood behind us can't.
Oh, really?
I'm moving.
There's zoning now.
That's right.
Okay.
But I bought this house knowing it could be short term.
Wow.
Yeah,
so
it's
people
crazy.
that buy the houses and those particular owners will come back, not just Airbnb it, but those owners will come back for those 8 games.
Oh yeah.
Wow. And then sometimes Airbnb it too. Oh my
gosh. No, because it's very, very hard to those people with that amount of money would not live in a neighborhood like this. And these are the kind of neighborhoods that you can Airbnb in.
Oh wait, I misunderstood you then. Those house sales are from people who are buying that house just to watch 8 games.
Yes.
They're not Airbnb in it.
No.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's when I was going, what are they putting in the water here in Auburn?
Right.
It's crazy.
Okay. Anybody move here and then say to you, who found you on social media, it's not the Auburn you said it was?
No.
That's awesome.
Yeah, haven't
That's
had that.
a thing.
But it's a beautiful place, and you just have to, make it. Like I fell in love. It took me a while to fall in love with it because I didn't want to like Alabama.
Okay.
Because at first I was like, this is redneck, whatever. But it's not. But yeah, I would actually live here over Napa, and I sure love Napa.
Oh, that's a great.
I just can't afford Napa. But yeah, I would.
Not very many people can.
We will definitely stay in touch. Thank you for doing this, obviously.
Yeah.
We're so
it's
grateful.
been awesome.
It sound right, boys.